Hi everybody, so today we're going to have a look at one of our new demonstration models. So this is a Coast, it's the 150 PS DSG, which all Coasts are. So I'm going to have a walk around it, show you from here as well. And then we're going to do a recap. We're going to have a look at the manual roof that's available on the Coast. It's been a while since we've actually looked at that, so this is fresh in, just arrived with us, never had the roof open before. So I thought we'd start with that and show you how it actually comes from the factory, show you how it goes up, how it goes down again, and take you through those bits as well. So if we start off, let's have a good look round it first anyway. So as you can see, it's in Mojave Beige, nice colour, like Mojave Beige, I think it's really good. You get your standard alloy wheels which come with the vehicle. Obviously things like parking sensors are standard, so we've got those on the front, so it comes around in here on the Coast model. So this vehicle's actually only got 3 factory options, and one of those is privacy glass, which you can see on here. Check out, we've done a video previously about privacy glass of different types, tints and stuff like that, so we'll put a link up for that video as well. If you're interested in that, have a look through those. So as I said, I really do like, I think the privacy glass just is a nice feature that's on these, especially with the colour. I think it's a nice combination, I think, with the Mojave Beige and the privacy glass as well. Normal things for your water and your electrics on the side. And then coming around to the rear, we've got the second option that the vehicle's got, which is the comfort mattress, which we'd expect that's on here at the back. Then coming around to the side, we've got the awning, which obviously is standard. It's on here as well. And then moving into the vehicle, so everything you're seeing in here now is all standard features for the Coast model. So we've got our normal 2-burner hob and our sink that's there, and then obviously the fridge in the corner as always as well. Obviously, to put the roof up, you don't need the keys, ignition or anything like that, because it is manual, so it's all about taking the clips off, etc., and pushing it up. You definitely need to have some windows open or a door open, which is no different on any California. You need to have that. So as we say in the book, it's the 2 front windows fully open. And you need that especially on the manual versions, because obviously there's nothing else helping. You're physically pushing the roof up, so you need to allow it to draw that air in when you're pushing the roof up. So it's more important than anything, especially on the manual versions, that you've got a door or window that's open as well. As you see, it's a lovely day here in Liverpool today, so we've got the doors open as well to keep it cooler in here as well. So let's have a look. So you've got your screen up on here. As I said, this vehicle's never had the roof put down again, so this is how it comes from the factory. So this is probably the neatest it will ever look, that's up here as well. So in here, obviously got your roof bellows, which are nicely folded. You've seen videos of me doing it before, but these will put them in here. And this is the third and final factory option this vehicle's got, because it's got the pan opening roof bellows that's on there as well, which you've seen as I think, a really nice little extra feature for this as well. So that's all nicely folded away, so you can imagine obviously with that it's nice and easy to pull this across. So you've got your main bar here, which is what you use to push everything up, and then moving over to the locking mechanism. So we've got on both sides, these are the same, so we've got this main locking mechanism here. As you will see, it's flapping around, moves around. That locking mechanism there is a safety mechanism, so if for any reason, for example, you had a failure on the other clasps that were on here for any reason, that would stop the roof going and flying off, for example, that's there as well. So it's obviously very important that those are attached, because they said they're like an extra link as a safety thing. But your main brackets, which are on are directly behind that. So once you've opened that, you can see your main bracket, which is on here. And to open your main bracket, you're just pulling this towards you here. Before I do that though, if you just notice how the canvas is behind it, as you'll see from on here, this is how you want it to be when you put it back down again. So it's all behind there, so this is completely clear around here as well. So this is from the factory, so this is as it's been coming brand new, that's on here. So to open this mechanism, literally pulling that towards us like that, so pushing it all the way up, and that will allow the metal bit at the top to move away. So if you can see that from on there, that's obviously that clips around there, comes down, and then you can just put that back into position, and you know at that point then that is fully released. And then it's exactly the same on the other side, it's no different. So you take your clap off, pull it back and off it comes, move it out of the way and back down. At this point now your roof is unlocked, so what we need to do is actually push it up and the roof will just go and carry away. Once it gets to a certain point, those struts are actually going to move it up and move it along from on there. So when you do this, especially if it's a brand new vehicle like this for example, this is going to be a bit stiffer than normal now because it's the first time it's been opened for a little while, obviously from getting from the factory and things like that as well that's there. But it is important as well that you push evenly, I tend to find. So rather than, you don't want to be pushing on this bar in just one side or the other side, you want to get it both across the both. So me myself, I'm right-handed, so I tend to find this is a lot easier for me doing it from the driver's side of the vehicle, but I basically just put my hands on both sides of it and give it a really good push, and that's it. So that's the first position. It's pushed up now and it's off its thing, and then just give it another push and off it goes. It's up. Obviously at that point then you can move your bed and that goes up as well, and that's your roof mechanism up. Okay, so as standard on the Coast model, you're not going to have this open front section here. So all you're going to have, this will be a complete sheet across. There'll be nothing here, just the canvas, and then you'll have your two side mesh windows that are here. But if you pay for the upgrade, like we have on this particular one, and get this with the pan roof, this window obviously can come out. So you've got two things. You've got one is you've got a little window in itself that's there with a fly screen on there as well, so you can open that as much as you want to let light in. And then you've also got your main window as well, which obviously comes up, and then this, a lot of people ask me what do you do with this, and I just roll it up and leave it up there. As you can see, obviously that makes a big difference now on a lovely day like today. It's nice to have the front of it open as well, just lets a lot more light into the vehicle as well. But instead you can have it half open, you can have just the top bit open if you want. It gives you all those different options. It's also worth mentioning if you've gone for the concept lighting package that's in here, obviously as standard there's no lights in the top section here. The buttons that would normally be here are not there, they're just blanked out. That's on the top, that's on here as well, so there's no lighting in the top section here. What you do get is a flexible 12 volt light, and there's a 12 volt socket, as with all Californias that's up here, and you put that in there, and then obviously that then creates light that's up here. But if you've gone for that concept, that would obviously give you the switches that's in here as well, and put those on as well. I think off the top of my head that's £400 and odd, I think, for that concept. Be interested to know what your thoughts are, whether you do need it, whether you don't need it in the top section. Your lighting down below is exactly the same on both models. It's just the additional one of having the additional lights in either panel up here at the side as well. But so that's an optional extra. It's not fitted to this vehicle, but that's where it would be if you did have it. To bring the roof back down, it's the opposite of putting it back up, so you're pulling rather than pushing. Obviously you've got to make sure that this is down, so that's the first thing to bring down. You bring this down so it comes level with here, and then we're going to pull the bar down. And the nice thing about with the manual roof is, obviously as you're pulling that bar down, you can see that everything is folding in as it should do when it comes into the vehicle. So it's a nice one straight easy motion straight down up to that like number one position that we were at before the roof is actually closed, and give you time then to sort the canvas out. So let's do that now. Let's pull this down, and then I'm going to get ready to take my seat again that's in here. So I'm ready now. So I'm going to lift up and pull the bar, you can see from there. Now I can reach the bar itself, obviously I'm quite tall, but there is a pull handle here. Obviously you can pull this as well, but I'm just going to pull on the bar because I'm tall enough to do that. And you can see the canvas coming down. We'll get a shot inside of that coming down for you. And that's just bringing it down to that position there. You can see, we'll show you outside where the gap that's in there, and then I would pull all the canvas out so you know you've got it all here, even your side bits, pull those out, that's there. And it's at this point now when it's like this that you want to organise this section that's here that we talked about, to make sure that the canvas is nicely tucked away and it's in the right place before you actually bring down the section that's in there. So you've got your canvas that's here, you know where the outside of the vehicle is, which is here. So with this section here, it's just a case of just kind of rolling it up. That's the way I tend to do it. and then placing it on top of the catch that's there. And at that point there, you can then bring the roof down on this section, pull the catch up and over, and you're there then. Best thing to do is to do it one side at a time. So do one side, get the catch on so it's at the top. I wouldn't lock it at that point then, and then I'd move to the other side and do exactly the same thing on the other side, and then when the both catches are on at that point, then you can lock them both then down. So again, on this side, canvas is all out, so I just tend to roll these up a bit, put it underneath there, get that out ready, push it down over the top, and then lock that one down, lock the other one down, up our two catches on, fold that up, pull that back, and there we go, roof back down again. So this is obviously how you put the manual version up. We've done videos on the ocean version. We'll put a link to that on the video now as well, so you can check that one out as well if you want to see what the differences are between the two. But primarily, obviously, it's the manual version. I tend to find it's just as quick either way. Obviously, there's a little bit more to do on the manual version because you've got to get them clips off and do this and push it back up. But it very quickly, as you see, goes up and comes back down again as well. So it's whatever you feel is best for you. I've got no preference myself on either of them. Whether you've got the manual or electric roof, there's no differences when they're actually up. So obviously your bed space is all the same. As I said, there's no real differences there. It really just comes down to what you want, whether you want that electric version or whether you're happy with the manual version. I really don't see much difference between the two. For myself, I'm quite happy with having the manual version to bring that up and down. That's there. I mean, some people say it's one less thing to go wrong, but I'll be honest, we don't generally have a lot of problems with the electric roof. So again, it's just it's something that's a preference for you. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video looking at the California Coast, the roof mechanism. Had another good look at that as well. So if you've got any other questions or queries or something that I haven't mentioned in there, pop it in the comments box below, because we'll be doing another question and answer session quite shortly, probably in the next week or two. So if you have enjoyed today's video, give us a thumbs up, give us a like. If you don't subscribe, please subscribe. It does help the channel out with what we're doing here, and we'll see you again next time.